Imagine this. Right now, in 2026, the average person is handing over 35 to 42 full days of their life every single year to scrolling. Yes, you heard that right. 35 to 42 full days. 800 to over 1,000 hours. Gone. Poof. Handed straight to the algorithms designed to keep you hooked. And the craziest part, most of us don't even realize how much we're losing. Hey friends, welcome back to the Mr. Productivity Podcast. I'm your host, Mark Struczewski, also known as Mr. Productivity. And today I'm sharing something that I've been living lately and feeling convicted about. I'd rather read a physical book than scroll on social media. And the 2026 numbers make that choice even more obvious. Let me tell you why this matters and exactly how I'm making the swap in my own life. One of my favorite things to do is to sit out in my backyard with my pups close by, grounding my bare feet on the grass, soaking up that Texas sun while turning real pages in a physical book. I always keep a physical book in the car because you never know when you'll have a few quiet moments. I reach for the book instead of my phone, instead of social media, instead of a game. And I take regular reading walks. It's exactly what you think it is. I read a physical book while walking. And lest you think you can't do it as well, you need to understand I am blind in my one eye and I have a balance disorder. Now, I'm not saying you should do this. I'm saying this is what I do. Here's how I do my reading walks. In the morning, every morning, without fail, at 4:30 in the morning, I'm doing a 30-minute prayer and reading walk up and down our long hallway in our house. Then, after lunch and after dinner, I take a walk while reading a book. These simple moments feel so much richer than doom scrolling or chasing notifications. Let me give you a reality check. In 2026, the average person spends roughly 2 hours and 21 minutes to 2 hours and 41 minutes every single day on social media. TikTok often leads the pack with users averaging 47 to 59 minutes a day, followed by YouTube, Instagram, and the rest. I want you to let that sink in. That is 14 to 15 hours plus every week, 60 to 70 hours plus every month, and a whopping 800 to over 1,000 hours, the equivalent of 35 to 42 full 24 hours a day just lost to scrolling. Now let me ask you, what could you do with an extra 35 to 42 days every year? You could read 30 to 50 physical books. You could train for a half marathon. You could launch that side project you've been dreaming about. You could spend real, undistracted time with family and friends, or simply rest and recharge without the constant mental noise. The list of things you could do with an extra 35 to 42 days a year is endless. But instead, we hand that time over to the algorithms that are engineered to keep us hooked. So why do physical books still win in 2026? Recent research shows that print reading gives us better comprehension, stronger retention, and deeper focus over digital reading. In digital reading, I'm also including scrolling on your favorite social media platform. When you read on paper, there are no notifications pulling you away, no hyperlinks leading you down rabbit holes, and no endless scroll tempting you to check out just one more thing. You also get spatial memory benefit. Turning physical pages helps your brain create mental maps of what you're reading. Plus, it's much gentler on your eyes and sleep, especially before bed. Now, for me, choosing a physical book over notifications leaves me calmer, more present, and actually remembering what I read. That's a win I don't want to give up. So let's get practical. How to start swapping your scrolling for reading. Let me just start by saying you do not need a dramatic digital detox. That's not a bad thing. If you want to take it to a next level, a digital detox, maybe for 30 days, might not be a bad thing, but that's not what I'm asking you to do. I'm asking you to start small and make it sustainable. So here's exactly what I do and what I recommend. If you've never listened to the show before, I don't tell you to do things I've not at least tried or don't do regularly myself. Replace just 15 to 30 minutes of social media scrolling with a physical book each day. Just 15 to 30 minutes. Morning coffee, bedtime wind down, or right after a meal work great. Next, keep a book visible and easy to grab on your desk, nightstand, or even in your car like I do. Make the book the easier choice. This is why my family doesn't keep junk food in the house. Do you think I'm going to choose carrot sticks over Oreo cookies? Of course not. So keep the temptation at a minimum. Make the book the easier choice. Use habit stacking. Pair reading with something you already do. My reading walks are a perfect example. I combine movement with reading during my 4:30 a.m. prayer time and after meals. Gamify it lightly. Track a simple read 20 pages today streak. Watch the numbers motivate you without adding complexity. As I always say, complexity is the gateway to procrastination. Never forget the goal isn't perfection. It's consistent, small swaps that add to the hundreds of reclaimed hours over time. Every hour you take back from social media is an hour you invest in yourself, in clarity, growth, and peace. I'm not saying delete all social media, but maybe you have to. But I'm not saying do that as part of the show today. I'm saying be intentional. Choose depth over distraction, one session at a time. When I reach for a book instead of my phone, I feel more in control of my day and my attention. And that one small shift has improved my energy, focus, and sense of calm, even at age 60. So here's my challenge to you this week. Replace one scrolling session with reading a physical book. Notice how you feel. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Mr. Productivity Podcast. If you would do me a huge favor, if you have not subscribed to the show already, subscribe to it on whatever platform you're listening to this on. And if you feel really generous, I would really appreciate a review, because ratings and reviews of the show tells the podcast player you're listening to us on to push it out to more people. If you do those two things, I would really appreciate it. Finally, and I know I'm not supposed to give you 3 things to do at the end of every episode, but I'm guessing you probably have already subscribed and rated and reviewed the show, so you just ignored that part. Head on over to my website, MrProductivity.com, M-I-S-T-E-R, MrProductivity.com. Sign up for my free weekly email newsletter and get the free 10-question productivity scorecard. It's my gift to you. Until next time, my friend, stay happy, keep things simple, and most importantly, stay productive.